I want to find the equation of a line that's parallel to 2x minus 4y is equal to 12. But that also goes through the point 4, 7. So in order to find a parallel line that goes to this point, I'm going to need to find the slope of this line. Once I have the slope, I'm going to need to put it into the point slope formula with this for this point and then solve that, and I will have my equation. So let's find the slope of this line first. So we have 2x minus 4y is equal to 12. Subtract 2x from both sides. Minus 4y is equal to negative 2x plus 12. Divide both sides by minus 4. Y is equal to positive 1/2 x minus 3. And this is in the slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. So we know that this is the slope and this is the y-intercept. But we don't really care about the y-intercept. All we care about is the slope of 1/2. So m is equal to 1/2. And now we put it into our point slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So we have y minus 7 is equal to 1/2 x minus 4. Y minus 7 is equal to 1/2 x minus 2. Add 7 to both sides. Y is equal to 1/2 x plus 5. And this is our equation of a parallel line parallel to this line that goes through this point. It's pretty straightforward. There's one more I want to do that's a little bit trickier. It's not really trickier, you just have to know the same things that people, it's always the same thing. Well, let's just look at the equation first. So x is equal to 4. And we want it to go through the point, let's say 7, 4. We'll just mix the point up. So right off the bat, there's one key thing we have to notice, and that this is a vertical line. So let me graph it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's all we need. So this line is going to come through right here. X is just equal to 4 forever and ever. No matter what y is, x is just equal to 4. So let me write that. So this is x is equal to 4. It has a slope that is undefined. And the best way of going about this problem is just to think about its graph. That's why it's helpful to be very familiar with graphs. We know about parallel lines now. So in order to find a line that's parallel to this, it's going to have the same slope. It's going to have an undefined slope as well. But we want it to go through the point 7, 4. But the one thing to know about parallel or vertical lines is that the y is unimportant, really. So if you notice here, this goes through x and then it goes infinity up to y. It's every possible y value is an acceptable value for this line. There's no y value that would make this false. There's no positive y value, there's no negative y value that would make this equation false. So essentially, y is it's not important in these vertical lines. So given that, we want a line, a parallel line, so its slope must be undefined as well. But the only point we really care about, since y is unimportant in vertical lines, is 7. So we just want a line that goes through 7. So we just want x to equal 7, always. So let me graph it first. 5, 6, 7. So this is what we want. We want this line. And we basically just throw out the y's. They're not important. Because it's equal to every possible y value, this equation. There is no y value. So this is x is equal to 7. And this is indeed our equation that we're looking for. And the reason that it's written like this is, like I said, because y is completely unimportant. It's every possible y value. If you look at the graph, tell me a y value that wouldn't be on this graph somewhere. You couldn't think of one because they're all there. So y basically drops out of the equation. And the same thing for vertical or for horizontal lines. X is so if we had some vertical line, it would be every x value. So I mean, x is just unimportant. So if we want a line parallel to it, all we have to do is just think about the y's, and that's what we did in this case. We just said y is unimportant because it's a vertical line. That's the only thing we really need to figure out from the slope. It's undefined. So y is unimportant. So all we have to do is make a line that goes through x. X is equal to 7. That's all there is to it. That might be a little bit confusing to people at first, and if it does confuse you, just keep doing examples of horizontal and vertical lines, and eventually you'll understand it. It does make sense, but when you are new to the graphing coordinate system, it might seem a little bit strange and alien at first. But just keep at it and you'll be just fine.